Amber Heard has failed to have Johnny Depp's $50 million lawsuit thrown out after a judge deems Johnny's loss in the UK as not being enough to determine a verdict. This is really great news considering the UK trial was just about his defamation from the Sun newspaper. I'm going to tell you all about it right here on IO, but first if you could do us a big favor and please tap that like button, we'd really appreciate it. And with that out of the way, let's begin. After Johnny Depp claimed that Hollywood had been boycotting him since Amber's accusations were made public, a Virginia court judge has finally handed him a big win. Back in April, Amber really tried to do a bit of a Hail Mary when she countersued for $100 million. Her hope was that the Fairfax County Chief Judge Penny would dismiss the case simply based on him losing the libel trial in the UK late last year. Unfortunately for Amber, this move was shut down. Depp himself tried to appeal that ruling but was denied by the judge. However, now it seems like he finally has someone on his side, with Amber coming up short as well. The judge wrote in her opinion report saying, "The court is not persuaded by defendant's argument that plaintiff had a full and fair opportunity to litigate the UK action. Defendant was not a party in the UK action and was not treated as one. Because she was not a named defendant, she was not subject to the same discovery rules applicable to named parties. In fact, defendant could not have been named a defendant to the UK litigation because her allegedly defamatory statements were made after the UK action commenced." Even with what this judge said though, it should be noted that during the UK trial, both parties took to the stand to discuss their points of view on the different allegations put forth. The judge also went on to say that free speech in the UK is very different from free speech in the US. She also kind of torched Amber a little bit, even calling her assertions to be puzzling at times. Amber tried to say that her and the Sun newspaper were in privity, which means a relation between two parties that is recognized by the law. However, the judge goes on to shoot this down as she states, "Defendant argues she was in privity with the Sun because they both had the same interest in the case. However, for privity to exist, defendant's interest in this case must be so identical with the Sun's interest such that the Sun's representation of its interest is also representation of defendant's legal right. The Sun's interests were based on whether the statements the newspaper published were false. Defendant's interests relate to whether the statements she published were false. Although the claims are similar in the sense they both relate to claims of abuse by plaintiff, the statements being defended in the UK case are inherently different than the statements published by defendant. Therefore, given Virginia's narrow construction of privity, defendant and the Sun are not in privity." Depp's lawyer is also very pleased by this and stated that his client is most gratified by the court's decision. This is really the second big win though for Depp's team, following the victory that he got earlier this month. If you recall, just recently a New York judge ruled that Depp's lawyers could begin to look into the alleged donations that Amber said she would make after getting her $7 million divorce settlement. Before Amber had filed her countersuit, she tried on numerous occasions to get this case tossed out but was unsuccessful with all attempts. At one point she even tried to move it to another jurisdiction, but that didn't play out well for her either. Despite this case getting a number of delays from the pandemic, the upcoming matter in regards to the Virginia court will go to trial in April. Now, believe it or not, but Amber is most likely going to claim that she couldn't reach her promised donation amount because she had to go back and forth with Depp in court and therefore incurred many new legal fees. I guarantee you this will be the move by her lawyers. Hopefully the judge will continue to think rationally about this case though and realize that the amount given at the start should have immediately been donated right then and there, rather than doled out slowly over the years, thus resulting in the issues that we're seeing now of non-payment. This case is only going to get crazier though as the ACLU gets dragged in, as well as Disney, Elon Musk, and the LAPD. We are about to learn so much more about what truly went down and I'm here for it. Hopefully this will finally put the case to bed, but I'd love to hear your thoughts on all of this, so don't forget to drop us a comment down below. And while you do that, I'm going to check out some of your comments from the video titled Top 10 Greatest Johnny Depp Performances. Captain Avi says he definitely has range, that's exactly why people love watching him. Couldn't agree more. That's exactly why I love watching Depp, is because you don't just see Johnny Depp, wearing a pirate costume or Johnny Depp dressed up as this character. You literally see different characters every time he performs, which is exactly an actor's job. Janice says Johnny Depp top 10 versus Amber's like 1 or 2 roles. Top 2 greatest Amber Heard performances. Maybe we'll get that going. Karen says, "To me, the best Depp film ever is Ed Wood." I haven't actually watched all of Ed Wood. I was just mostly reading some critics' reviews online, but it does look very good. I'll have to check it out. Thanks, Karen. Candy says, "I hope Warner Bros. Has a change of heart and rehires him for Fantastic Beasts. He didn't do anything to warrant being fired. Depp is one of my favorite actors." Even though he's your favorite actor, I do not know if he's going to be included back in Fantastic Beasts, especially after they already replaced him, but who knows? Who knows? Really, the world moves so fast, so we could see him coming back. I'm holding out. Gab says, "I'm a bit disappointed you guys didn't add Willy Wonka from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory as one of his top performances. Depp has so many great performances that it was very hard to narrow that list down, but if we do a part 2, I'll make sure to include that for you." But guys, that is the end of today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I've been your host, Johnny Rogers, and until next time, stay classy, YouTube, or at least try.